I got some time. What's going on, fam? What's going on, people? Oh my damn goodness. Did y'all see it? Did y'all almost see it? It happened too early. The situation happened too early, but don't worry about it. Boom. I got a straight right here. I got a straight right here. I got something that's gonna take the place. The situation happened way too early. It happened way too early. And when I saw it, I was there. I was there when I saw it. And you know what I said? I said, I got to. I gotta get a leading lap from Lewis Hamilton in case he's actually going to take this. I have to get a leading lap from Lewis Hamilton while he's in the lead for this race. But I told the Wolfpack. I was with the Wolfpack. I got the leading lap. I got it right there. I got it. I got the footage. I got the proof that Hamilton literally almost had the win in Coda. He almost had the win in Coda. Almost. Yo, listen, man, it went good. It went good, except, it was plenty of people in there that were really looking for Lewis Hamilton to get that win in Coda. I'm not going to lie to you. It's people, like the fan base is stupid thick. It's stupid thick. Listen, I got the bottle right here. I got the Moet. I told you I wasn't going to disappoint. I know we remote. I know I ain't got a lot of time, but I got some time because then we got to go ahead and have this dinner. And ain't no telling, if some of the McLaren crew is going to pull up. So I got a little time to spend with my fam, so I'm going to do that. Big shout out. Boo! You see it. You see it right there. We popping. Big shout out. Oh, yeah. Big shout out to Dave. Dave looked out for me, took some notes, and I'm going to use some of those notes, of course. But big shout out to that. Big shout out Lewis Hamilton second. Charles came in third. Almost lost the Saints. Went out. But we already know this. We already know that the first corner. I'm glad I got a little trash can right here. Pour that shit up. Yo, what's up, Maria Duncan in the house? Let me get this napkin. We already know that first corner's a doozy. We already know this. This is nothing that we're new to. Maria Duncan, let me give you your props so I don't get the sticky keys. By the way, I did not get my French toast this morning, so I was already kind of feeling some kind of way because I didn't get the French toast. But I'm going to give Maria the French toast because she the first one to dip in here with the sauce. First one to big it up. Big ups to Maria. Let me read that super chat, see what you got going on. Lewis Hamilton came in second, almost got the first, but it was that car. The RB18's too fast and Mercedes ain't fast enough. God damn it. That's what we dealing with. Maria says, great to see Lewis in the lead today. It was awesome, just too damn early and on the podium. That thing that get me is that if Max had been penalized yesterday for exceeding track limits in Q1, he would have started at the back of the grid. Lewis would have won today. FIA keeps helping Max. Hey, Maria, I feel your pain. I feel what you're saying, and I'm not saying you wrong. I am going to say we're going to stay positive, right? We got Lewis Hamilton, we got to stay positive. Lewis Hamilton got the second. He almost had the first, but like I said, it was just too early. Things happened too early for him. Also, it was really unique to see that Seb and Aston Martin for some time was in a contention, right? Like for some time until, Lance Stroll had his situation. It was a very interesting race. The dynamic was good. The starting grid changed right up until the race, right? We got penalties. Mercedes ends up getting shifted up. And then next thing I know, we in a nice little race. In the first corner, what happens? Bow. Saints is out. He's out. To George, people got to stop trying to blame George Russell for this shit. It wasn't George's fault. We all know the first lap. It's funny that people want to say the first lap's the incident when something else happens with somebody else, but then it happens to somebody they don't like, and now it's not a first lap incident. George did not T-bone Carlos. Carlos came over. George's car was there. Luckily, it didn't ruin George's front wing to the point he had to end up retiring, and Carlos got the bag. He had to take it in, but that's not anything different than we've been seeing from Ferrari. Black-hearted Mad Dog, I see you up in here. Yo, by the way, MDG, big ups to you. Let me go ahead and give you your props. Let me read your super chat. I see you right here. Man, he came so close in a wheelbarrow versus a rocket race. He is period. It was hammer time. I will definitely be there next year. I'm still staying positive for the win. I think you should. My notes got sloppy when Lewis took the lead. Hey, Dave, Dave, listen, first of all, big shout out to Dave for taking notes for Jay Wolfpack so that I could have some things to refer to. I haven't referred to him yet, but Dave did it. Dave did that for the fam, and I really appreciate that, for real. So Dave did take some notes, so I'll refer to them a little bit here, but there was so much while I was there. And like, listen, people have a misconception that when you're in Paddock, it means that you don't really get to see a lot of the race. Let me tell you something. There's some big-ass screens in Paddock that show the entire damn race, so you could be outside or inside. So we already saw this situation. And did y'all see Lando? Did y'all see Lando? Like, Lando ended up in good position and ended up fighting his way back. And that was with body damage. That was with body damage that he had. Galactica says, Merck said the fuel is just not cutting it. Ah, man, Galacticas. I'm telling you like this. I'm not even stunting anything else until next season. Like, right now, I just think they gotta get everything, they collect as much data as they can going into I think we're going to Mexico next, then Brazil, and then Abu Dhabi. They got to collect as much information as they can, put all this data and information to use, because let's just be real. Lewis is not, like, people are acting like Lewis is a down driver, like he on his way out type driver. That's not true. Like, it is purely the car right now that is separating Max Verstappen's success and Lewis Hamilton's not being as successful as he should. That is really clearly it. It is the machinery. It is the machinery, all right? And let's not forget, Lewis Hamilton went in with some faulty brakes, right? He did do that. People are saying right now, like, Lewis didn't really defend well against Max. I think Lewis knows. Lewis is a clean driver, right? So Lewis knows, like, if I really can defend against this without being dirty running off the track, and that's still not in Lewis's DNA. Even after all that has happened to Lewis Hamilton, he still doesn't have it in his DNA to just be like Mad Max and go Lewis crazy. He's not going to do that. That's not the type of driver he is, so people don't need to expect that from him. Lewis is going to race clean. I think really what he was counting on was kind of coming up and under. He was trying to do that, the switchback. It didn't really happen because the RB18 is fast, and Max still is a very talented driver. Let's not discredit that. But let's just be for real. It is purely the machinery. If the W13 was on even close, if it was even a fraction of what the RB18 is, I'm telling you, the landscape of 2022 championship is completely different. No bullshit. With Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, it's completely different, and Red Bull has got a fight on their hands. Next year, Red Bull is going to have a fight on their hands because I'm going to tell you, McLaren is going to be coming back. All right, McLaren, I know some people like, McLaren's going to be coming back. You can bet your ass Mercedes is going to make leaps and bounds, and we're going to see what happens when those doors get a little tighter. I see you right there. Blue Diva says Lewis will do a masterclass in Brazil. Blue Diva, you think so? You think so? You feel that confident? I think, listen, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think when Lewis gave a masterclass today, honestly to me, Lewis was great, as he has and will always be. The Mercedes crew didn't screw up the strategy or the tire, and you see what that equated to. And a lot of people counted Mercedes out for Coda because of the long straights. We had a lot of people counting Mercedes out for Coda, and I think that it showed different. I honestly didn't count them out for Coda. Like I told people, yeah, you got those straights, but you got a lot of corners where that high downforce car will have an advantage over other cars, and I think that was something. Traquan Ryan, yo, I like that damn name, bro. Big shout out to you for the super sticker. Traquan, big shout out. Oh, matter of fact, that might be the bro that got the band from me. I hope you enjoyed your weekend, man. I enjoyed the shit out of mine, so I really appreciate you coming through and actually taking in part in that Easter egg fine Wolfpack hunt to get those general admission passes. So big shout out to you, man. You really used them. You didn't sell them. I really do appreciate it that he used them like I intended to be. But we got Khalid. Khalid says, why didn't you make the same comments about Lewis when he had a totally dominant car for 7 seasons? I mean, what comments didn't I make? Tell me, Khalid. First of all, go back and refer to what comments that I didn't make when he had a car for 7 seasons. Do that. Go reference something that I didn't say and then bring it here. Bring it here and tell me what I didn't say. Do that, and then I can give you a direct answer. Go reference exactly what you're talking about as to what I said about Lewis Hamilton for 7 seasons. Bring that to me, cite that information, cite that time in that 7-year span, and then I will answer your question. I need you to be a bit more specific than that, Khalid. I need you to be a bit more specific than that. I can see in 2023, Merc versus Red Bull versus McLaren, Galacticus. That's what I'm looking for. That's the battle I'm looking for. Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, and that papaya car. I've been saying that since the beginning of the season, with the dark horse being Aston Martin. Galacticus, I'm looking for that. That's going to be good for the sport. That 14 all-out damn battle is going to be good for the sport. That is something I want to see. That will be great to go into every race like, damn. That's what I'm looking to see. Like, that would be cool. And I honestly believe, you got to remember, like, there are some developments going on at McLaren where they are going to be on rails coming up. They're going to be making significant progress. All right, don't forget about their whole situation with, testing abilities. They're getting a very nice roster. Now, I know things can look good on paper and not be good for real, but their roster is looking legit the way they forming that up. Giorgio says Russell not on par with Lewis, only Max is. Damn, Giorgio. Man. Gregorio, I don't know. I'm gonna call you Giorgio, unless you got a real big problem with that. I will definitely respect that. I don't know if let me think about that for a second. You might be on something. I'm gonna say that. You might be on something. You might be not on something, like you might be on to something. I don't know if I can say Russell is not. Okay, you know what? It's true. What you're saying is true. Russell is not on par with Lewis. And I'm really going to say, I don't really even know if Max is on par with Lewis. But if I go back to 2021, I'm going to make, you know what? I'll say yes. I'll say that Max is on par with Lewis. He's on the green with Lewis, all right? He's still not as great as a driver as Lewis is, but he's on the green. And Russell would be just off the green on the rough. I'll say that. So what you're saying is not untrue. You're saying something that's valid and it's true. So I have no debate with that. Thank you for the super chat. Like, yeah, that's true. What we got? What we got right here? Who we going to next? Baku, what we got? I want Honda to go back to back. Yo, you want, like, what do you mean you want Honda to go back to back? Like, I think okay, so you, Baku, Baraka, you want Honda to go get another chip in 2023? Is that what you're saying? You want them to go 2023? And if you're saying Honda, is that also in meaning Red Bull? Or if the Honda engine got put into another car, you would be okay with that car so long as it carried a Honda power unit winning a championship, propelling another driver and another team to championship status? Because let's be honest, Honda is the very, very big component of why Red Bull is where they are. Adrian Newey with his contracting ass, because evidently he technically really doesn't work for Red Bull. That's how they trying to spit it. So I need you to be a little bit more specific about what you're saying. On the Oscar goes to Karen Horner. Woo! Blue Diva coming in with that smoke. She coming in with that smoke, with that straight Karen Horner hate. She says, hey, and he's a beautiful actor. He's an actor, I tell you that. He is an actor. Listen, let's just say this. Christian Horner is playing the guilt trip card, okay? He's playing the guilt trip card. He's trying to equal leverage. He's trying to make them look like they're being so abused when, damn it, your name's Red Bull. You're used to trying to beat a bully. Now you're trying to tell us you getting bullied. No, you're not getting bullied. Zach Brown said what he said. He didn't take it back. And really, to be honest, he didn't even outline you specifically in the letter, Christian. He didn't outline you. He just said if this is the case, then this is what should happen if it's somebody on the grid doing it, pretty much. And you want to come on there on your press conference and start talking about, oh, you're being bullied, kids at the plate. Now, listen, I'm going to say this. I do not take bullying lightly, okay? Nobody should be bullied. That is a real thing. And also, I think I would find it shameful if Christian Horner is trying to find sympathy for Red Bull in the cold oak of being bullied. Okay, I don't think that's the case. Literally, he said kids were getting bullied on the playground because people have called Red Bull cheaters. I don't even think it's that far an extent. And if it is, people don't need to bully kids that don't have anything to do. So if Christian Horner's kids are getting bullied at school, hey, stop bullying his kids. It's Christian. He's about your size. If you're in the third grade, Christian Horner's literally your size and height. You can just go to him and bring the smoke. Don't bring it to his kids. All right, just go to Christian Christian, bring the smoke. He's not that tall, not that big. Not even his personality is that big. So just consider that. Gregor says, I also think Lando is better than Russell. Fight me. Yo, I might fight you. I might have to fight you on that. Like, straight up. I'm going to dab you. I'm going to dab you up. But I might have to fight you on that, man. I don't know if I can say that. Honestly, I don't know if I can say that. I think I got to see Russell in, and this is why I say that. No discredit to Lando, because seeing what Lando did today tells you that he's talented. I might have to. Let me respond to it. I might have to. But seeing what Lando did today, he's talented, right? So we saw Lando. What he started off, P6, right? He starts off P6. I got another super chat. Let me see that first. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Galacticus, the Red Bull founder passed away. More delays. First, listen, we do need to do that. Rest in peace. Moment of silence. Somebody passed away. Regardless if it's a team that you don't like, a driver you don't support, we're talking about human life here, all right? And when we're talking about human life, you have to understand they do have loved ones, right? They do have friends and family. So this guy personally never did anything to you. So I don't think it's anything wrong with showing some respect that somebody's life has passed and that there are other people that are going to grieve that person that is gone. And that's what I respect, all right? So big shout out to that, yes. And that's a real situation. So nobody should be throwing shade or hate in here on that. Let's be classy, all right? Be classy. Gregor, I'll fight you. Hey, Sylvia Kelly says she'll fight you. Now, you got to understand something. Sylvia is known as Sylvia Wick around here. Sylvia, don't hurt him. And then next thing you know, you're going to have Big Hurt coming in here with the bag, and he might hurt you. Don't hurt him, Sylvia. Don't hurt him, Sylvia Wick. Don't hurt him. So, listen, I still got some time. I got like 20 minutes. So, seeing what Lando did today shows his talent. And also might show that McLaren has made steps in the right direction, all right? He starts off P6. Unfortunate situation, events happen. He falls down really out of the top 10, and he finds his way back into the points. And that was something, a testament to his ability, because the car wasn't even in good shape. Like, Lando had body damage, right? Lando had body damage, and that's the situation. And speaking of body damage, let's talk about that fluctuating Red Bull wheel fairing. What's up with that? Is that something that we might have to start looking at? Like, what did they do? I couldn't even tell if it was something that it was a broken part, and just because it was broken and weak, it was easily manipulated by the force and the movement of air, or is this something that they developed in high force, downforce situations for that to change its pitch? That's what we need to know. So all those people that was talking about Mercedes and illegal this and illegal that, we might be looking at a modified part on a Red Bull car that might be suspect in the gray area. But that's what Formula One is, right? Everybody's trying to get the edge. So just keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. Don't be no lame about the situation. Hold up. I got you, Dave. I got you. Dave says, good job. Mary's not here. Fact, Mary is not here. Like, when is she going to pop up? Dave. Big ups and shout out to Mary. Bam. There we go. Listen, I got a lot of footage. I got a lot of pictures. I'm going to do a dump. I'm going to do a live on my day at Coda. I'm going to show some of those videos. I got a lot of good stories. I'm going to keep posting those and share those with you. So big up on that. Let me see who got this next super chat, because I saw you pop up. Ben, Xbox Fortress. So great to see Lewis fighting for the win. So close. GOAT just being GOAT. Let's all hit the like button, folks. First of all, Ben, you trying to be a rapper in your off time? Ben Xbox, are you rapping in your off time? Because that really kind of flowed. That was a rap right there. That was about a good 8-12 bar right there. I'm just telling you. He rapping to y'all. And he did say hit the like button. So do what the man said. Don't come in my house. Don't not wipe your feet, take your shoes off, and then take your ass in my refrigerator, grab something to drink, and go sit your ass on the couch like it's your spot. Ben just saying, show a little respect. Hit the like button. It don't cost you anything to hit the like button. It's free. If you in here liking the character, the vibe, or you hate it, either way it goes, hit the like button. You're in here for a reason. Sylvia Kelly, let me see what you got. Sylvia Kelly says, damn, that shit happened fast. Sir Max crash strapping, keep going, little boy. Hey, listen, Sylvia is not with any of the parlay with Max. She not trying to hear it. She's big up on shut up. She's big on that. Sylvia's not playing. Sylvia not playing any games by any means when it comes to Max. She's not playing, and if you get on her bad side, you won't be playing. If you get on Sylvia's bad side, you will not be playing in the chat. She'll put you on a 300-second timeout. By the way, we know we're not going to put you on a 300-second timeout for talking your shit, if you're being racist, being sexist, if you're bullying people, or if you start spamming the thread, you're going to get that. All right, so that's something that we know, but we're going to keep it fair and keep it duty, but let's keep it moving. Who we got next? Who we got next? I saw somebody pop up. Galactica says, Lando a G today. Ricardo sleeping at the wheel. Yo, let me comment on that real quick. Let me comment on that. Let's talk about that. Right. First of all, I'm going to say Daniel had the littest lid of the weekend. I want to go find some Ricky Bobby with the cougar on the side. He had the cougar on the side. And then what did we see? He did not go around the track like this. He didn't go around the track like this. He was around the track like this. It was not great. What Rick was not doing was not great, and I like Ricardo. I like Danny. But what the fuck was going on today with him? What was really going on? It was not a good performance for him. It already didn't start good in qualifying, and it did not end good today in the actual race. There was a leaps and bound distance between Lando and Daniel. Daniel, I gotta get you back. You came in on a horse, Dakota, bro. I gotta get you back on that horse so you can start riding, so you can start doing your thing. That's how I want Danny Rick in Formula One. I want him doing his damn thing. Lando was a straight up G, so shout out to Lando doing great things. Danny Rick doing great things too. I just want to see Danny be competitive again. That's all I'm saying. I want to see Danny be competitive. Rambro 88. Shit, that went fire. Hold on, I got you. Rambro 88. Red Bull is going to have a limited time at being unchallenged. Hold on, this shit don't want to stay or nothing. Being challenged. Merck and the Papaya crew may bring it sooner than they realize. Rambro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Rambro, listen to me. I think you so right. I'm telling you. Next season, watch. That Papaya car gonna be serious. Then you also got to think about this. Although I want to see Danny Rick still in Formula One, right? He's gonna be out of there, out of McLaren. Piastri's coming in. They're going to have a fresh, young, hot boys lineup. I'm telling you, watch for that McLaren start being smoky next season. Ferrari going to be looking over like, oh, shit, is that Papaya on me? No, I'm trying to tell you, they're going to start coming with the smoke. They're going to start coming with the smoke. They're going to have to pay attention to them. Khalid says Alonso was the driver of the day, airborne, and then from last to sixth in a mediocre car. Are you saying, like, hey, are you saying any of that about Lewis Hamilton this year with being in a mediocre car and still making podiums? How many times has Alonso been on podiums? That's what I mean. I got to keep the same energy with you, though. I got to keep the same energy with you. How many times has Alonso been on podiums? Big ups to you. I'll wait on that answer. Does anybody know the answer? How many times this season has Alonso been on a podium? Does anybody know that answer? Anybody. Baraka. Alonso in the points even after the incident. Big shout outs to Baraka. Facts. But still, I still wait for somebody to answer that question. Can somebody please, matter of fact, I'll put a poll up. I'll put a poll up since nobody answered that question yet. How many times? I just asked you that. Here you go. Just quick, hey, poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. This is not a strip club. I don't got my strip club license, and I don't want them coming for me. So somebody just answer that question. How many times has Alonso been on podium? No, Automain Tenny says, don't mean to be a killjoy, but I'm so angry at Red Bull Racing and how they are destroying F1, and they really are. Every race week, something happens. Enough. Not sure how much longer I will be watching. I'll get updates from Wolfpack. No, I don't want to lose you like that. Don't go. Don't go, no. Don't go. Don't let them run you up out of here. Don't go. It's going to get better. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to get better. It gotta get better. Formula One, I'm going to get to that. No, I promise you. We're going to get to that. Darwin Hill says, this is the most amount of action we got in a race since. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said it. Somebody actually said it. This is one of the top races since Silverstone. That is a fact. Darwin spitting facts. Derwin, you spitting straight facts. Facts. It is by far what it is up there with Silverstone. Silverstone was like the first time we saw a race where like everybody probably could have been interested. Coda was next. This race delivered a lot. But let's talk about that. Because anybody didn't say no, yes. Did anybody say no or yes to the fact that Alonso being on podium? Okay, well, let me see. Since nobody really answered the question, let me fact check it with Formula One. Do you mind that? I'll fact check that with Formula One to see how many times Alonso has been on podium this season. Let's fact check that. Everybody likes fact checks, right? Everybody wants a fact check. They want to fact check me, right? Like, okay, so let's see. Alonso is ninth in the standings. Alonso, 0 podiums, 0 fastest laps. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Alonso, since we up here talking about somebody in a subpar car, okay, Alonso in a subpar car. Mercedes is a subpar car this season. No doubt, no bullshit about it. Everybody in the world knows that. Alonso, 0 podiums, 0 fastest laps this season. Let's go to Lewis Hamilton. Let's go to Lewis Hamilton, which is 6 in a subpar car. 7 podiums this season alone. 0 fastest laps, though. Why? Because the car's not fast. Let's go to Russell. Russell's also in a subpar car. 7 podiums. 7 podiums in a subpar car. So we're saying the same thing about them, right? We saying the same thing about them, right? Yeah, right. Khalid, let's see what you got. Khalid says, who cares how many times Alonso has been on podium? I just mean he did a great job today. Yeah, all I'm saying is, oh, you talking about when he went airborne? Because, that shit looked very familiar to like last time when Lewis Hamilton went airborne. That was like it kind of like, not saying that it's the same, but it kind of happened. But yeah, Alonso did well. I mean, didn't Lando do well? Lando's in the subpar car too. But yeah, Alonso did well. And I wish Alonso a big shout out when he goes to Aston Martin. That's what I do wish him. I do wish him a big shout out when he goes to Aston Martin because I hope that he brings that team whatever they feel they're missing. Because evidently Alpine hasn't gotten it. Like, Alpine hasn't gotten it. Matter of fact, let me check something else. Hold on. Hold the phone book. Hold the phone book. Let me see, because Alonso, he's 2-time world champion like Max Verstappen. 2-time world champion like Max Verstappen. Let me see something real quick. Let me just check something else. Yeah, I mean, yeah, damn. So yeah, we Alonso got to get that up. He got to get that up because he's going to Aston Martin, and we're gonna see if his podiums will look the same. Because right now, Sebastian Vettel 0-0. He ain't got none. All right. But then we got Lance Stroll, who was out of the race today, 0-0. So I'm gonna tell you this: if Alonso's 2-time Crashgate champion ass goes to Aston Martin and delivers the same outcome inevitably that Vettel has, that Lance Stroll has, and that he has at Alpine, Aston Martin, what are you doing? Are you trying to win, or are you just trying to be popular on the grid? I understand Alonso got, charismatic personality. He do this, he flamboyant with that. But my thing is, are you trying to win, or are you trying to be popular? Because if you're trying to win, Alonso wasn't the right driver acquisition, to be honest. Because even Bryson said they want somebody that's been champion. Well, I got to push back a little bit on that because Vettel's there now. And Vettel is the youngest world champion, 4-time back-to-back champion, and he did it with Red Bull, something Max hasn't done with Red Bull yet. And if Vettel's not going to be a good marker for Aston Martin to decide and say, you know what, do we really need to get Alonso in here, or do we need to do something different? Like, maybe we need to get up-and-coming driver, right? Maybe we need to do something better. So it's not on Alonso. Alonso needs to go get that bag. Alonso should get that bag. Khalid, let me give you your props. Let me give you your dab. Appreciate you participating. Dab on you. Who's next? Hold on. I got you. I think it wasn't Khalid. It was somebody else. Hold on. Let me see who's next on the super chat. Galacticus. Alonso hasn't had a podium in years, many years. Yeah, that's what I thought. Galacticus. For real. I just had to fact check it real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? I had to fact check it. I just want to make sure, Khalid, is understanding that, because it seemed like he was trying to challenge me on the Lewis Hamilton. But Lewis Hamilton got like 7 podiums in a subpar car. And what the hell has he been doing? So I know, honestly, I don't know if you've been saying that. So you probably have been giving Lewis Hamilton all his flowers and props for like being 7-time world champion, for being in a subpar car and bringing it to podium, almost bringing it to a win today, but almost don't count because it didn't happen. So I'm not going to do that. Are you disagreeing that Alonso did a great job today to go from? I just answered your question. A podium is not relevant to points I'm making. Oh, well, what? Khalid, what are you talking about? Come on, bro. We're not finna do that. Don't tell me you not a winner. Podiums are always relevant. Big ups and props to you because you doubled up, bro. Big ups and props to you. I really do appreciate you. But we can debate, brotherly debate without being mad at each other. But are you bullshitting me right now? Podiums always matter. Podiums always matter. I bet you, and I'm not saying that you particularly would say this, but I bet you if Lewis Hamilton didn't have one podium at all this season, they would be trying to roast him every race. Every race. So tell me this. Why is it that they want to try to retire Lewis Hamilton, bake him even though he's bringing subpar car to podiums, but we can say podiums don't count because you want to give Alonso his credit, which you should. Alonso should get his credit. I'm not saying Alonso should. Matter of fact, listen, I'm going to give Alonso his credit right now. Just do credit because I'm real like that. I'm not going to fugaze on you. I'm going to give you the credit, right? I'm going to give Alonso the credit, not you, not me, because we're not driving. I was in a sim car, and evidently I don't belong in a Formula 1 car. But in today's race, you know, I'll do this. Let me see. Alonso brings it to 7, and that's good. That's no shade on that. Bringing the top 10 is good, and that's even good for Alpine. I mean, and Vettel was right behind him at 8 in a worse car. Vettel was right behind Alonso at 8 in a worse car. Lando in front of Alonso in 6 in pretty much maybe equal or maybe even worse car because Alonso had damage. Alonso got his damage fixed. I literally saw it. I physically saw him get the front wing replaced. Norris didn't have his fixed because they can't replace a damn wheel fairing like that in the pits. So he drove like that. But yeah, I do get you. You're right. I mean, but podiums do count. Let's not say podiums don't count. Podiums always count. Podiums, wins, and championships always count. We're not doing that. We're not going to discount that. Eric, TB4, what's up, bro? Did you see Mercedes bouncing around at points? Saw 1 or 2 other teams bouncing, track being bumpy. I have learned something very important. Eric, that is a very good point, and I want to point out something out that. Good point. So let me also add to Eric's point, okay? I got 5 minutes, then I got to be out here for a meeting and dinner. So listen, Eric's point, I learned something very important about the track. The track literally has been built on what I call unsettled land, okay? The track can be bumpy in sections one season, and then those bumps will not be there, and it will be bumpy in another section. I actually got to ride on the track, and Eric is really right. There are sections where that track literally does you like this. It's not the cars. It's literally the characteristics of the track. But what's funny is those bumps next season may not even be there. So, Eric, very good point. I just thought I'd add a fun fact to it. Thank you for doing that. Let me see who's next. Thank you, Sylvia, taking care of that. So you can say thank you. Karen Deep Badatch. Let me see. I tagged you in a tweet. Racist Max fans. What? See, hey, they say it's playing the race card. But they be saying it's the race card. But why do we all see? This is where the problem is, and this is where people got to get off the bullshit and start like, this is crazy. Why do we need to be racist in a fucking motorsport? Why does this even need to be? We seeing this too much, and then people want to be like, "Oh, you trying to play the race card?" Am I playing the race card if it's indeed racist? Am I? Is it really? Or are you trying to say something that can be counterproductive to the fact that you yourself might be racist and you're kind of okay with it? That's not okay. Why are we even doing this right now? Why do we even have to do this right now? Like, this was literally a good GP. I know Lewis didn't win, but it was still a great race. It was still a great race. Lando gets knocked out of the top 10 and makes it back into the top 10. All right? Listen, we saw literally Lewis Hamilton led several laps. Of course, the RB18's faster. And once I told people, once Max got into the DRS zone, it was not going to happen well for Lewis. And that's what happened. It was way too many laps left to count Max out, period. And you can't do that anyway. Can't count Lewis out, but you damn sure can't count Max out with a fast RB18. We saw an incident that almost took out 2 drivers and Alonso. Alonso pulls back into the pits. I'm looking at it. I'm literally looking at it. Gets his front wing replaced, goes back out on track, and gets into the top 10. That's good in its own right. And then we had Charles make it back in losing his partner in this race. This race was so dynamic and had so many elements to it. It was a great race all around. And if you love the sport, you're not trying to sit here and be petty about if your driver did this or not, because overall, it was a good day for all of us race fans. It was a good day for all of us as race fans, okay? So then as I refer to my notes again right here before I have to take off, Hamilton had the fastest sector 1. That was real cool. He did complain about the tires, but we know he went into that with some brake issues. 4.3 second gap to Lewis. I will say this. Being there in person, you can tell the difference in speed of that RB18 and all other cars. Although Williams was pretty fast going through the traps, the rest of the track, they don't hold it together. So that was something. That pit stop really killed Red Bull, but those things happen. It's not like, things happen. Pit stops happen, wheels come off, people have incidents, wrecks happen, you go off track. It's all a part of racing. And yeah, we could say if those things didn't take place, then yeah, maybe the race would indeed be different, but they did take place and they did happen. And what does need to happen is you need to be in the opportune moment, time and place to take advantage of those opportunities. And that's what happens when teams are more prepared, have drivers that are more prepared, and they do these things. So what we got? Hold on, I see we got somebody. Galacticus, Alonso crashed with his future teammate. Crazy. That was crazy. That was indeed crazy, right? Literally, Alonso takes Stroll out. And from the rear, like that really looked weird. He takes Stroll out. That's his future running mate. Is that kind of like Alonso's way of saying, hello, I'm just want to introduce myself. I'm Alonso. I'm going to be the one driving with you next season. Just figure I help add to your increasing cap cost. Like, what the hell was that? Galacticus, you not lying about that. Sylvia still thank you, Sylvia. Who we got next? Eric TB4, it's crazy how some cars deal with bumpy tracks better. I knew the track was bumpy, but not that bumpy. Eric, like no bullshit, bro. I was out there on the track. And that track, I like COTA more even now because of actually being able to drive on the track. It's one of the most challenging tracks to me. That one of the most, not saying it's the most, but I think it's one of the most challenging tracks with the fact that its characteristics change, those bumps, those corners, lightweight double apexes, the high-speed S's. I like COTA a lot. COTA's like my track. You see it's on my wall. But soon I'm going to have these VIP badges. The Wildcat says Stroll almost gave Alonso a new career edit. I'm trying to tell you. Like, listen, I wonder if Lawrence would have fired the hell out of Alonso before he started there if he would have wrecked his son. I'm telling you, I just wonder that. But listen, I really appreciate y'all coming on here. I had to come on here with y'all real quick and get on. I literally got to go down here. McLaren might be coming to the dinner as well. I'm going down here to be with my people and fans, Smart Sheets. We trying to, do something nice before we get up out of here. Have some good kumbaya time and some good food. Also, the McLaren team might show up, and that would be cool too if they did, so we can all get together. McLaren treated your boy Wolfpack like a star this weekend. Smart Sheet treated him like a star. They took me down there to the podium. They came and got me, said, yo, we got to take you to the podium. They took me to the podium. That was awesome. So big shout out to McLaren. Big shout out to Smart Sheets. Big shout out to the Hidden Genius crew, the Hidden Genius crew, all of the fam there that we met. And I'm just very blessed and appropriate that my work's being recognized. I'm working with good people. I'm building relationships with solid people. I met a lot of people at COTA, hoping to get in contact with them, and some people that are going to come on as guests. So I'm hoping that's dope. So I'm going to be with y'all. Big swigs to the race. It's going down. I'm going to go eat good. I hope y'all eat good. And I appreciate everybody that's been sending positive energy, that have congratulated me, that have y'all been awesome. Y'all have been completely awesome. Much respect to y'all. Much love to y'all. I love y'all. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. I love y'all. I really do appreciate it. So I'm going to get out of here before they leave me and the car leaves. I love y'all. Peace. Be safe. Next race, Mexico City, then Brazil. We going down there. We going down there. All right. Peace out.